if I'm going too fast, if you don't understand something, et cetera, et cetera. It's just really, really helpful. Okay. So I'm here giving you guys all this information for free because I want to see everybody win. And so what we're going to be talking about today is business credit and funding. Okay. And this is going to be an interactive workshop. Now, if you have not gotten the business compliance checklist, I actually have a brand new one that I dropped. And so the one from last week, it was not finished. So we have an updated one. So if you want to get that one, make sure you go to 10figures.com and register. If you registered, you should be able to get the updated link. And so we should be good with that. Do you have a question? Somebody have a question? C&M Construction?
Yes, it's me, Georgina. So two things. I'm in the car, so I will be at my location to really hone in and listen in. So then I'll be able to turn my camera on. I'm just on the road. And secondly, I did go in today, probably a few minutes before joining, and signed up for the checklist. So I did get a checklist. Is that the most updated one that you're referring to?
Was it green? Like all green? Did it have like
No.
a design, or was it white?
Oh, it's white.
Okay. So yeah, so we have to update the link. Supposed to be updated. So I will make sure that that gets done so that you can have the updated one. So let me just double check here. Yeah, so no, it's not the most updated one. So yeah, that has to be corrected. So Eddie, if you can take care of that, please put the updated compliance list checklist that I sent you earlier today. It has a green background, it's a PDF. And I just want to make sure that that's available for everybody. I will show you what it looks like. And we are going to get into it because that is part of what I'm showing you today. So you'll see it in just a few, okay? I'm going to get started. Lori, I'm going to mute. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to get started. Thank you for letting me know about that, Georgina. We'll get on that and take in what you can. Here we go. All right, so today we're going to talk about business credit and funding. This is a masterclass to teach you how to build your business credit for 2024. So that's the whole point of the class today. That's what I want to do for you guys. So that's what we're going to go through. Welcome, New England Home Finders. Okay, so what is on the agenda for today, right? I'm doing an introduction. I'm going to let you know who I am. We're going to talk about credit profiles. We're going to talk about personal credit strategies. We're going to talk about building business credit. We're going to talk about business compliance. We're going to talk about tools and resources for you to use. And I'm going to give you some credit strategies. Now, my credit strategies for today are better than last week. So what I decided to do this week is to give you interactive actual things that you can get done in order for you to get money today. So I want people to get money today. I'm excited. So please stick around and let's get to it. All right. And then we're going to have a Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to stop and ask for questions. All right, now, who am I? Ronia Peguero, or Blue Azul, as a lot of people know me. I have a background in education, so I went ahead and taught at 2 different high schools and at 5 or 6 colleges and universities. And then I've also have a communications background, so media, I have a brand and marketing and web agency. I've worked for Hasbro. I've worked at the college radio. I've done a bunch of different things. So that's my background. It's more like communication and education. So now, real estate. Real estate is my new thing. I've been doing it for 2 years. I started with my first flip in May of 25th. And I did my first flip in 13 days, and I did my second one in 17 days. So I definitely love the real estate game. I'm happy that I got into it. And so my first flip, the first house that I purchased, I actually made 6 figures on that twice. And there's a video where I explain all of the ways that which I did it. I literally started with a borrowed $450. So I go through all that story. So I just want people to know, like, you're never not ready to buy a house. Out of that borrowed $450, I was able to create 6 figures on that property twice. So anything is possible. And within 20 months of being in real estate, I was managing $1.8 million in properties. And so that's me. All right, now let's get to it. Let's talk about the data and the facts and the information that I want to give you guys today. We're going to talk about personal credit. So when it comes to personal credit, there's different categories, and based on the category that you fall into, you're going to have higher interest rate or lower interest rate, right? So it goes low on the left side to high on the right. Super prime is 720 and above. That's where you get like, basically think about like how celebrities have money, but then everywhere they go, they get to eat for free. They get free clothes and all that stuff. That's kind of what it's like to have good credit, right? So like you get 0% APR, you get, you know, like no money down, you get all of these perks for having good credit, right? So the goal is to be at 720 plus, right? Prime is good as well. 660 to 719 is also a good place to be. These areas here, the interest rate starts going up. The average is going to be around 620, 659. Okay, and then subprime, and then there's deep subprime. So there are lenders that literally just work in this field right here, 580 and lower, right? But they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. But there are banks that literally just work with that demographic. So there's money for everybody to get, no matter where you fall. Now, there is a difference between FICO and Vantage. So some credit monitoring services give you your Vantage score, most of them do, and few give you your FICO score. So just keep that in mind, that a FICO score goes from 300 to, well, it seems like they both go from 300 to 850, but they're rated differently. So like, you know, this is in Vantage, this is considered poor, where in FICO, this is considered fair. Right, good starts at 670, where good here is at 660, and they have a fair. This just seems, they just grade things differently. So you just want to keep that in mind, okay, when you're looking at this. But with a Vantage score, you can have excellent credit at 781, right? So pretty cool. Did I have a question? Oh, all right, let's bring it back. All right, can you guys hear me? Am I still back? Okay, good. All right, so the other thing that's super important with credit is available credit. So a lot of people underestimate the importance of available credit, meaning, you know, some people have good credit, they have like a good credit score, but they're not concerned with the actual profile of it, right? The profile is really important. And what that is basically how your credit is set up. And one of the things that they measure behind the scenes is actually how much available credit you have. So some people think they have a good credit score and they have a $500 credit card, or they have a $1,000 credit card, or they have a $10,000 credit, and they're fine. That's not enough. Like, you really want to show these creditors and these banks that you know how to manage large amounts of money. So the way that that's measured behind the scenes is if you're under 2.5K of credit, then you're below average. If you're 2.5 to 15K, you're average. If you're 15K to 50K, then you're good. The place you want to be at is excellent above 50K. So this is actually a screenshot of my breakdown, and you can see that I'm over here on excellent above 50K, right? And so the other things that are a factor for your credit is your payment history. It's 100%. I'm sorry, your payment history is a factor with your credit, your personal credit. Your utilization is a factor. The derogatory marks that you have, collections, anything like that, those things are also going to be a factor. How long you've had your credit for, and that's based on averages. So if you have a credit card for 20 years and then you have another one that opened a month later, that's going to average out to a totally different number, right? So those are the things you want to keep in mind. When you start building new credit, you're bringing down the age of your credit. So you just want to make sure you have your history in a good place, the total number of accounts, and also they like to see a mix. So not just credit cards, not just loans, not just car loans, not just mortgages. They want to see a mix of everything. So installation, revolving, mortgage, as well as, I think I said it, auto. Okay, so the other thing you want to understand is hard inquiries. So sometimes you can get credit approved with a soft inquiry, and so that doesn't affect you as much, but a hard inquiry is a little bit more permanent. But there are ways to remove those, so don't even worry about it. A quick way to get a snapshot on this for free is to check your Credit Karma, just to check this credit profile here. So this is where you want to be in a favorable place for funding. So if you want to screenshot this, feel free. This is a good place for you to make sure you're comparing. And when I'm working with my students, we go through all of this. I make sure that, you know, they have their 100% payment history, that the credit utilization is in a favorable place. So credit utilization, you want it to be anywhere, 30 is good, right? So you're at 30%. That means if you have a $1,000 credit card, you don't want to spend more than 300 on that credit card. And that gives you a 30% utilization. However, if you want to be even better than good, then you want to be at 15 15%, which is like $150 on a $1,000 credit card. Okay. And if you want to be even better, then you want to be under 1%, right? Or at 1%, which is, I think, 10, is that $10, $100, something like that? It might be $100. Of utilization on your card. Okay. So that's the way that you want to measure it. Banks want to just know that you don't really need their money, right? That's the way you get more money, is like, you don't really need this. You're not desperate. Your cards aren't maxed out, right? So they're going to be like, okay, we can keep giving you more, and we can give you more credit. So those are the ways in which you want to make sure that your utilization is in check. Now, there's ways to hide utilization. There's ways to address derogatory marks and get them removed, like charge-offs, collections. The age of your credit, if you're young or you don't have as much of a credit history, there's also other ways in which you can increase that with trade lines. Total accounts, the same thing. There's a bunch of accounts that you can set up that will report to your credit, with somewhat high limits depending on what you need. And the inquiries can be removed. There's multiple ways for you to go ahead and remove inquiries. So those are all things that can be addressed. Like if you're having issues in any of these areas, it's not the end of the world. Okay. All right. And so I wanted to tell you guys about this thing called SmartCredit. I'm going to actually put the link in the chat so that if you guys want to check it out, you have access for 1 week for free. Usually it's going to be $30 a month after that. And that allows you to look at your 3 credit reports, but also your credit score, your auto score, and your insurance score, and also your hiring risk. So all of these different industries use different scores to measure. So if you're going for a credit card, they're going to go by your credit score. They use different bureaus, whether it's FICO or Vantage, right? It's all going to differ. But when it comes to auto, like auto companies are going to look at a different credit score, and then insurance companies are going to look at a different one. And then when you get hired for certain jobs, if they're high positions or government jobs, they're going to look at your hiring risk. So you're able to look at all of that and get a kind of an overview on where you're at. Plus, you'll be able to know, for example, what I love about SmartCredit is it tells you exactly how much you have to pay on a card by what date and how many points your score is going to go up. So that way you don't have to guess. Like you're like, okay, I have $500 and I want to figure out how to pay it and what card am I going to put it on? And it literally tells you distribute it like this, and these are the results that you're going to get. So I love that feature with SmartCredit. Another thing you can do is third parties have your information out there, phone number, address, all of those things. So you can have that removed from third-party websites. They'll go ahead and do that for you. And it has a really cool money management feature, which allows you to set up your alerts for all of your credit cards. So, if you want to know, how much you spent on all of your cards, it could tell you. It also compares it to your credit score to your credit report to make sure that everything's reporting correctly. And you can actually, you can have communication with your creditors right directly through the app. If you see anything is wrong or anything needs to be corrected, you can actually do it right through this app. And there's also $1 million identity fraud insurance. So it's really cool. There's a 1 week trial. I would suggest that you sign up for this ASAP. It's not going to cost you anything, and you're going to be able to look at all of this. So let me give you a little bit more information. I had a video on this, but we're going to skip it today. It's fine. So also, when we're talking about personal credits, some of the problems that people may have is too many inquiries. They could have high utilization. You can have a high debt to income ratio. You can have the length of your credit card, your credit history is not long enough, right? Or your total credit available is not a lot. Like I had one student come in and she had like $200 credit card. Like a 200 and a 100. So she had $300. And like within the first week, we got her up to 10,000, like just like that. Right. So it's like all of those little things that, if you're talking to somebody who understands where to go and how to get it done, then it's really quickly for you to be able to solve these problems. So if you have too many inquiries, one of the things you can do is remove your inquiries. Now, there's a bunch of ways to do it. The easiest way to do it, if it's not an open account, if it's not something that you actually have reporting and it's just, it's either closed or you don't want it there anymore, you can literally just call and tell them to remove it, right? So that's really simple. And there's scripts, there's all of that. And like specific numbers to press to go to whatever department. I'm not going to get into all of that, but these can be removed with a phone call. And so, or you can send letters. Like there's just a million ways to do it. Now, not a million, but like a few. How about a few? And now loans, if you want to pay down your utilization on your credit card, you can actually use a loan. And what a loan does is it doesn't affect your debt to income, not your debt to income, your utilization. So when it's measuring your utilization, it's only looking at your credit cards, not your loans. So for example, like if you just bought a house, right? And you know, that's going to be at like 99% utilization because you've only made like one payment. But when that's not going to affect your whole utilization on your credit score because loans are different. So if your credit cards are high, you can actually get a loan, right? And like, let's say you have a $10,000 card and you have $8,000 on it and you want to get it to the 30%, right? That'll be $3,000. So you need to pay off $5,000. Well, you can get a loan for $5,000 and pay off the card $5,000, and now your utilization just went from 80 to 30, right? So that's one way to hide utilization. A lot of people don't know about. Also, there's credit card cycling. So for example, you have to look at your billing date on your credit card, your statement date, and your reporting date. Those are the dates that you want to know when it comes to your credit card. So you would call and find out what day it reports to the credit bureau and when does your statement close. Once your statement closes, that's when you want to have your card paid down to whatever your utilization is. If you have it maxed out before that, it does not matter. It just matters that you have it paid down to wherever you want it when the statement closed. And then it reports shortly after to the credit bureaus. So you want to pay it in enough time. And then what you can do is you can credit cycling is like when you use one card to pay another card and then pay another card, and you just move it around so that it's always at a low utilization. So that's another trick to keep your utilization down if you're going for any loans or anything like that. Then there's fabricated trade lines where you can have companies that will report trade lines to your account. You can pay them X amount of dollars a month and they'll say that you have a $50,000 credit line with them or things like that. And they have that for personal and business. One of the ways you can do that if you have money is with a pledge loan, which requires cash for you to put into a savings account. And then you're able to utilize that money as a secured loan. And as you pay it down, it liquidates again. So it's a really cool feature. And there's a bunch of banks. I think I have like a list of like 50 banks that do this. Navy Federal is one of them. And it's one that I've done it with. Then you also have, if you're talking about utilization hiding, I'm actually going to show you how to do this, how to switch your personal auto to business auto loan. A lot of people try to like go buy a house and they will not get accepted. I remember when I got my first house, remember I borrowed the $450. When I went to go buy my first house, I had to sell my car. I did not like that because I love my car. I had to sell my car because my payments were taking away from my buying power. So in order for you to be able to buy more of a house, you have to not have like all of these expenses, right? So a car loan is something like people start with like rent and mortgages, and then the second thing is your car. Like that's just two expensive things that you have in your budget. So if you can remove that car loan from your personal credit and move it to your business credit, now we're talking. Now that's gone. Now you have more buying power. And when it comes to business credit, that doesn't affect your personal credit. It's two separate worlds. Okay, so your business cards can be maxed out and it doesn't affect your utilization on your personal, and even in your business, it's not really a factor for them. Because businesses, it's just a common thing for businesses to have their things maxed all the way out, then they pay it down, then they bring it back up. Like it's just the way it goes. All right, moving on. So business credit. I would like to, did I go through, did I not? I didn't go through. Before we get to this, let me go through the compliance, because before you get to business credit, you need to understand how to get it done. So let's go to this. Let's see. Boom. I gotta get the whole page. Hold on. Here we go. All right, so let me show you guys this window. All right, so let's go to the business compliance, which is a document that you should have available. If you do not see it, it is because it is not uploaded yet. But this is the updated checklist. Made this for you guys today. Let me see something. And I'm going to go through it because it's a very important thing to do when you're establishing business credit. Do not underestimate this. All right. So for the business credit, a lot of people, like before you even start a business, sometimes people aren't even making enough money in their business. And it's okay if you're not, but like just understand that the government doesn't care about your business income unless it goes over 13K if you're single. So if you're single and your business is and your total income for the year is not above 13K, meaning you're not making $1,000 a month, then it's not something that you have to report. So it's just a side gig at that point. You know, you're just trying to figure it out, and that's okay. So, you know, is it worth registering your business or claiming taxes on your business if you don't have the 13,000? No, you know, like I wouldn't. But if you have a business that you're trying to start and you're trying to, you know, establish business credit anyways, and this is not a factor to you, that's okay too, because you could be a brand new company and you could, you know, be projecting that you're going to make a lot more than that. But this is just a baseline because a lot of people wonder, like, should they incorporate their business, et cetera, et cetera. If you are in a household, if you're head of household, okay, if you have dependents and you're the main person, you don't want that household to bring in more than 20,800 if you're going to be reporting for your business. And then married, or if you're married and your income was at least 27,000. What is it? I'm married and my income was at least 27,700 and both my spouse and I are under 65. Okay, so if you're under 65 and your income was at least that much for the year, then yes, right? You wanna set up your business. And then if you're married and your income was 29,200 and you only one of you is 65, then you want to set it up as well. Okay, so this is just the requirements that they're looking for 2024. So this is based on your 2023 income. So that's the first thing. Like, is your business making enough money? Like, that's the first thing you want to think about. The second thing is the name of your business. You don't want a name that's going to be high risk. You don't want a name that when you show businesses, banks your name, they're going to say, oh no, we're not going to give you money. So like, you know, a gambling company, an ATM machine company, you know, real estate. A lot of the things in real estate are high risk investments, anything like that. So words that you want to use is like consultant, enterprises, global, group, holdings, management, services, solutions, technology, worldwide, right? You would put your own beginning. Like I use 10 figures, that's my company, but you guys would use whatever beginning you come up with, right? So that's kind of how you want to name your company. And you can combine these too. So like it doesn't have to be just one. You can combine them. The other thing that's super, super important is your business address. I cannot stress this enough. Do not use your personal address when it comes to registering your business. Why? Because the bank is not going to take you seriously if you're running your business out of your house. They want to see that you're investing in your business and you're a legitimate business. And so the way you do that is by either having a physical space, right? If you have a physical space, or you can do it by having a virtual address. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also get a registered agent. Now, a registered agent is the person who's going to represent you on the documents. So for example, if you don't want anybody to know that you own that business, you can actually buy a registered agent. It's usually anywhere between $50 to $100 for the year. They're going to have their own business address. The mail can go right to them. And that's the address that you can utilize for your business moving forward. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is you can get a virtual address. Maybe you don't need to go into another business. Maybe you're working from your office, from your house, like I do. And then I have a virtual address that I pay for. Now, one of the cool things about my virtual address is that I have a relationship with the people at the virtual address. So what does that mean? That means that every single one of my businesses can go to the same mailbox. So I have 4 businesses going to the same address and they'll collect my mail for all of them, right? So that's really cool. I don't have to pay, $50 4 times. I just pay $50 for once, and then I have all my mail going to one place. So I love that. But yeah, so basically you can get a virtual office. One of the places I recommend is Alliance Virtual Office. There's going to be a link in the PDF. I'm also going to put it in the chat in case you want to see it. the cool thing about Alliance virtual offices is they have a live receptionist. So if you want to be professional and you want somebody to pick up your calls, they'll pick up your calls for you and answer it under your business name. Also, they have phone numbers available, so you can get an address and a phone number. And so that's a really cool thing about it. Alliance also has physical locations. So sometimes these things can play two roles. Not only I use them as a virtual address, but let's say you have to have a meeting with somebody or, host some kind of an event. They have actual spaces where you can go utilize and have it at your corporation or at your business, right? Or at your office. So everything is an add-on, right? So you do have to add those services on. You can just go for the virtual address, but it's good to know that you have the ability to do that if you want to grow, right? Another company is Regis, Opus, and I have links for these actual companies, okay? So they're all offering similar services to that. Another thing that's very, very, very important is your business phone number. You do not want to use your personal cell phone as your business number. Remember, we want to be professional. You are a professional business. Actually, I saw one of my students do something cool, man, but I don't know how to do it. Dang it. I was gonna try to do it, but it's not gonna work. All right, never mind. All right, so the professional business phone number is super important. So Google Voice, that's the free way to do it. Okay, if you don't want to pay anything, you can utilize Google Voice. If you don't mind paying, there's something called Ring Central. I put my link in the chat for that as well. The cool thing about Ring Central is if you have people working for you, they can have their own line. You also can have fax numbers. You can have toll-free numbers with them. They also have, you can record the conversations. So if you have like people who you're training, you can listen to their conversations, give them feedback, different things like that. So it's just a really cool, like robust company that offers a bunch of different services. So Ring Central is another one as well. Now, believe it or not, even though we use emails in 2024, you still need a business fax number because it's just professional. It's just what you want to do. So business fax number, you can get it from Ring Central, like I said, or you can get, excuse me, you can get a free one. Let me put the free link in the chat. You can get a free fax number at this link here. And then there's also this one right here. Now, remember, you're going to have all of this if you registered online. I'll make sure that I send an email to everybody. If you registered at 10 figures, I will make sure that I send an email with the updated link, okay? So that you guys can just click on it because you can click on all of this. All right, so the other one is called Call 8. Did it not go through? Call 8 with the K. All right. And they have a toll-free number. How come it's not? Let's try this again. Call 8 with the 3. They have a toll-free number for $5 a month, which is, this is just not working. Oh, it is. They just, okay, never mind. They just changed the URL. I sent the same thing 3 times. So it's $5 for the Call 8 toll-free number, which is super, super cheap to have an 800 number. Okay, that's like an 1-800, which is harder to get. 1-888, 1-877, 866. Any of those numbers, again, is showing that you are a professional business. You have a toll-free number, you have a fax number, you have a business line. These are the things you want to have. Now, you also want to have an online presence. So that means you want to have a website that comes with, when you have a website, you have to have what's called the domain, which is your web address. You want it to be the name of your business, right? You want to have hosting, which is where all your files stay, where all your files are saved for your website. So you want to have hosting. So for Zoho, they're super inexpensive. It's like, oh my God, like $1 or $2 a month. Oh, $1. Sorry, $1 a month per user for email, which is like dumb cheap. That's $12. That's $12 a year. I pay a lot more than that with Google. So I'm trying to give you guys like cheaper ways to run your business. So this is $1. You can utilize that as well. And then WP Engine, that's for hosting. If you're building your website on WordPress, you want to use them. You'll get 6 months free of hosting for the year. And then, okay, so that's that. Then the other thing is you want to take a look at your business structure. Like, how do you want to set up your business? Are you a sole proprietor, which is when you're just one person working on your business? Now, when you are a sole proprietor, the likelihood for business credit is not as strong as being a corporation or a limited liability company. So those are things you want to think about. Like, you don't want to, you want to be able to protect yourself. And so that's a better way to set up your business. So in order for business credit specifically, okay? Because a sole proprietorship, it doesn't have the same benefits. All right, so now for you to register your actual business, you want to register it with the Secretary of State. And they might ask you for a NAICS code. You want to make sure that it's not like specific on real estate investing or anything high risk. Please take some time to research this a little bit further. I'm going to try to continue to provide material on this, but it is like a lengthy thing to get into. But you want to try something like consultant, marketing consultant, or something general, okay? Or something that is aligned with, something that you're good at, or an industry that you're a part of that's not high risk. And then here's the link if you're going to register your business in Rhode Island. Now, every state has a Secretary of State, and you can literally Google Secretary of State and then your state name, and every state is going to show you exactly how to fill in the documentation for you to be able to register your business. So they don't want you to do it wrong. There's a step-by-step. Just make sure that you go ahead and do everything that it says. I have a video where I'm walking through all of that on my school community. I'll drop the link for that too, if you guys want to check that out. I will drop the link for that. I did already. Okay. And then we have certification. So like if your business, depending on the type of business, like for example, in Rhode Island, if you are a retail business, like you're selling things at retail price, you're buying wholesale and you're selling retail, you need what's called the retail certificate. That's a $10 thing. Well, it was. I don't know what it costs now. They might have went up because a fictitious name used to be $10, and I just saw it today and it's $50. So I don't know what it costs today, but check and see if there's any certificates that you need based on the industry and the business that you're working on, right? Like that's a given. You want to make sure you have all of that legit. The next thing you want to apply for is your EIN number. So your EIN number is like your social security number for your business. And so that's something you definitely want to have. So let's say you got everything done on the list, and then you're going to register yourself with 411. I know 411 is an old school thing, but it's another way to legitimize your business. So you go into listyourself.net and you put in your business information, your business name, your business address, business phone number, business fax, business toll-free number, right? We're doing all of those things and being super, super professional and going ahead and uploading that to the web, and it goes to a bunch of different places. All right. Another thing you want to do is get a free DNB number. That's a Duns and Bradstreet. Why do you need this? This is like, it's not your social security, but how would I explain this? This is like the backup to your social security, if that makes sense. So this is just another type of credit monitoring or credit building source. So they basically report your business things. They give you a score. And so you want to register with them. You want them to know that you exist. And when businesses are looking to do business with you, they might ask you for your DUNS number. Okay. And they're going to go see what's your history. What have you done? What have you not done? Now, the cool thing about business credit, and just so you know, the DUNS number, it takes a little while to get it because they want you to pay them. Do not pay. It's free. You do not have to pay for this. Okay. They're going to try to call you and tell you, hey, if you do this, it'll be better. You do not have to pay for anything. Okay. But the cool thing about this is that you can look at your actual report within Duns and Bradstreet once you're registered and you're in there. And you can actually dispute things on your business credit a lot easier than your personal credit. So yes, I told you can remove things from your business credit, from your personal credit, but it's even easier to remove things from your business credit. Like you can literally just be like, delete, like this is not real, and it just comes off. So it's just a different type of a world that you're living in when it comes to business credit. So you really want to be in a good place with your personal credit in order to bring your business credit to the next level. All right. And the reason why you want to get your business credit to the next level is, like, let's say you have $50,000 in personal credit available to you. Then when you go to business, you're going to have 100,000 or 250 because it's a business, so they're going to give you more, but they're basing it on what you can already manage. So the goal is to get your personal credit as good as you can, and then bring it over to your business credit, like use that as leverage for your business credit in order to be able to get large lines of credit, different business products. You know, people can get $500,000, $250,000, $1 million in funding, with no issue if you set up things correctly. All right. So there's a free online community that I have with Facebook. If you have not been there yet, please go there. I try to give out as much information to the community. Recently, we had a rooftop event as well, which was pretty cool. We played Cash Flow, which is by Robert Kiyosaki. But yeah, so this is the form. Again, if you register for 10 Figures, 10figures.com, I'll put it back in the chat. If you register for them if you add your name, phone number, and email to that, I will make sure that tonight you each have a copy of the new updated compliance list that I completed for you guys today, okay? So let's get back to the presentation. Does anybody have any questions about that? I know that was a lot. Like, let me take a second and check the temperature, because I got more gems, but I want to make sure you guys are good and you're following me. Can we get some cameras on and some feedback here on what's going on? What did you guys get from that so far? Don't all jump at once now. And you're all on mute. So before I give you the plays, I need to make sure you're with me, you're paying attention. You guys know what's going on. Like, it's all making sense.
Yes, it makes much sense.
Is there anything that sticks out to you that you're like, oh, I didn't know this, or this was really useful? Like, what part of it?
Definitely that business credit is like that. I can use insurance and put it on business credit and stuff like that. I didn't really know any of that growing up. Credit wasn't a big thing in school that I was taught or in my family.
That's very true. I understand that. So yeah, the cool thing about business credit is also you can build it even if you don't have a quote unquote business. Like, that's the other thing. Like, all of these plays are really good, but like the things that you can buy with business credit are the same things you're going to use as a regular person. You have to put gas in your car. You have to get toilet paper. There's like, you have to buy food. Like, there's like so many ways in which you can utilize your business credit just as you do in normal life. So think about those things. You can pay for your cable, you can pay for your, Facebook ads, like whatever it is that you choose to use it for. But buy pencils, buy books, buy a computer, there's just a lot of things that you can actually do with business credit. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And then I see some other feedback here. And Tiandra, if you want to say something, you're more than welcome to.
Okay,
I think you're raising your hand.
I do have a question on when you was talking about the Simple Credit website. Now,
Yes,
can you
Smart
just
Credit.
website, like if you already have credit and your credit is almost at 700, would you be able to still use that website?
Of course.
Okay.
So there was somebody on that went on the website, right? They literally only had to pay $500 and their score was going to go up to 800.
Oh,
And he was literally so happy about it. So this is like super worth it. Like, make sure that you sign up for Smart Credit. Like I said, it's free for a week. So you'll be able to access it. So it's free for a week. And then after that, it's $30 a month, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. So if you don't know where your credit's at, utilize that. And I could show you guys more about SmartCredit if you're interested in it. I wasn't gonna show you the video, but I guess I could. Give me 1 second. And if anybody else has another question, let me know. I'll show you the video on SmartCredit in 1 second.
I just found as much of my food.
All right, here we go. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. SmartCredit. Boop, boop. Yeah, like for the, are they gonna, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here's the video. Did they give me a video for the smart builder, for the video builder? Can you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, let me try again. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let me see if you guys can hear this. Can you hear this?
No.
All right, so I gotta take off my AirPods. Hold on. Oh, you guys should be able to hear it. Let's try again. You guys should be able to hear this. Can you hear that? Can you guys
Oh, laughing.
Can you guys hear that?
No, we can't.
Can you guys hear that?
I can't. I don't know if anybody else.
No, I can't hear anything.
You cannot hear it. Okay. How did they hear it last time? What's the difference? You know what? Maybe if I put the AirPods on, you guys will be able to hear it for some reason. Let's see if that works. We'll try it again. Can you guys hear that now? Or no? No. Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know then. Not sure.
When you're taking them out, are you putting them in the case or you just?
No, I just turned it. I just doesn't be able to hear it through the screen. That's weird.
Wow, up to 500K credit.
Okay, let's see if this works. Because if I show, let me see, share the presentation. Oh, I wait, I just saw, it just said something. Hold on, guys. It says something about the audio. Hold on, let me try this one more time. Share. It said tap to share audio. To share audio, select a tab. Oh, that's why. I got you guys. Hold up. I got it. I figured it out. So I just have to send this to this right here. Okay, I got you guys. Just give me 1 second. And any other questions in the meantime while I get this while I work around this glitch? And then the score builder. Oh, there's so many videos. Okay, I got you guys. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. All right, well, I'm excited to give you guys the gems that I'm going to be giving you for you to actually get things done today. So hopefully you guys can try it and we can get some success stories before we wrap it up. All right, so here's one. Let's try this. Hold on. The fact that it's blasting in my ear, you guys, they won't let you hear it. It's crazy. All right. It should work now.
Why choose SmartCredit?
Can you guys hear it?
Yep.
Because we believe you are more than your credit score. That's why we don't just show you your credit score, we show you your potential future credit score alongside it with a personalized 120-day plan so you can achieve your best score. But what does achieving your future score really mean? Well, if you're buying a car for $35,000, a 41-point increase in your credit score can save you $7,000. And for a $500,000 mortgage, the difference of 61 points could save you $48,000 over the course of the loan. That's more money in your pocket. Here's what our customers have to say.
My credit score has increased 266 points. Like, that's amazing.
Because by using SmartCredit, you work smarter, not harder. SmartCredit is a one-stop shop for all things impacting your credit score. You'll take one-click actions to address negative items impacting your score, get optimized payment schedules to further help your score, and receive personalized credit and loan offers and 24/7 credit monitoring and alerts for suspicious activity. Ready to get started? Gain credit confidence and reach your financial goals. Sign up today.
All right, did that make more sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. I have another one because I want to show you guys the features. The features are really, really cool. Score boost. All right, they want me to download it. All right. All right, let's try this. Downloads. Yeah. All right, so this is the privacy stuff. Let me bring it back. So you guys can see, like, they'll have your information in different websites, and you'll be able to see, like, if you check these websites, like, your info might be on there. I'm gonna put the link to SmartCredit again in case you guys didn't get it. Make sure that you don't just go to smartcredit.com, but that when you go, that it says VNR Digital up top. I'll show you. So it's smartcredit.com/VNR Digital. Did it stop showing the screen? What happened? Hold on. What is going on? All right. So yeah, so it's smartcredit.com/VNR Digital. I have a partnership with them. So just make sure that it has my logo when you sign up so you can get the free week. Okay. But I want to show you guys the privacy master as well. There's no sound, so this is not helping you. But basically what's happening is they are explaining that you can actually just click remove if your information is featured on any of those websites. You can just go into SmartCredit and click remove and it takes it off for you. This is another one. This is the one where you can dispute. I'm going to show you guys right from the app. See if there's any audio here. These don't have any audio, but you can see it. You pick a reason on why you're disputing it. All right, we already have that. And so you can go ahead and like fix it if there's an error, ask for something, or if identity theft or something like that. You can just go ahead and do that. Yes, Holly. Did you have a question, Holly? You're on mute.
No.
It's okay if you did it by
I
accident.
was on mute. No, I didn't. It wasn't by accident. I was
Okay,
going to
good.
type it, but then it just raised my hand. I was wondering, how did you get to that page? Because I didn't see that. With like what, when you're in Smart Credit, how do you get to that particular page where you can remove those things?
I gotta look for the demo. Hold on.
Okay.
Demo video. No. Where's the demo login? Oh man, I'm gonna have to, I don't know where it's at right now. It's gonna take me a while to find that. Let me circle back so that I don't hold everybody else up. And I will try, do you have a demo account? Yes. Where is the demo account? I know she sent it to me. Hold on a second. But yeah, I'm gonna move on with the presentation, but I'm just gonna check one more time
Okay.
to see if I could find the demo. Because I know she sent me the demo. My emails. And I can't remember the, here we go, demo account. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to double, let me check my notes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to come back to that. So, Lori, I could definitely walk you through it as well. I know we have another call to set up, so
Okay.
walk you through it on a one-on-one. Thank you for asking that though.
You're welcome.
I'll make sure I have that for the next time.
Okay.
All right, so let's get back to the presentation because I got some action for you guys to get done. Let's pull this up. Boom, boom. All right. My bad, guys. Oh, I had it open already. Oh, I just didn't know where it was. All right, good. So we're back. So where is it? Hold on. Where is that one? Oh, here it is. Okay, perfect. All right. So now I'm going to give you information on business credit and I want you to apply for things now. So if your personal credit is in a good space, I would like for you to try to do this business credit move. Well, this is personal. Wait, I mixed it up. That's personal, but this is personal credit. Sorry. So for personal credit, my students who are in here, they already have this, but if you're not a student of mine, you will not have this. I'm going to copy the link. This is for DCU. It's a credit union. Credit unions are really good places to go to get credit, to be able to get larger limits. And basically with this, your minimum credit score for DCU is a 660. So if you're at a 660 or above, then you can definitely apply for them. You don't have to have a credit history. Like you can be, brand new, building up your credit. They don't care how much you make a year. And they obviously just don't want you to owe too much money. So you don't want your rent to be like, because then I asked you how much you pay for rent. You don't want that to be like way too high compared to what you make, right? You want to be like 30% for your housing. So basically with DCU, what I love about them is that you'll get $10 if you use my referral link, but also it only costs you'll get it costs $10 to become a member for DCU. It costs $10 and you have to donate to an organization. There's a school organization that I recommend you donate to, but if you want to pay more money, you can. There's other, if something else you're more passionate about, you're more than welcome to do that. And basically, what's really good with DCU is you want to set up a checking and a savings account. And with the savings account, if you put just $1,000 in there, they'll give you 6.12% interest. So what does that mean? That's this one. Yes. What is
Well, I can't hear you, Ronia.
I've been talking to myself this whole time. All right.
Not too long.
All right. So, like I was saying, I don't know where I left off, but basically it's 6.17% APR on the $1,000. So if you have $1,000 and you're just letting it sit at like Citizens or something, you might get like 1%. That's like less than $1 a month that you'll make on that. But when you put it into DCU, you'll make $61.70 for the year. Or if you divide it by the month, it's $5.14. It's only up to 1,000. After that, they only give you half a point. You don't want like 0.5%. You don't want to do it past 1,000, but at least put 1,000 in there, just to kind of like set yourself up, okay? To at least be making $4 a month, right? Instead of it dying somewhere else. So that's just getting into good habits. Then once you have your savings account, your checking account with them, apply. Once you go in, you can see if you've been pre-approved for a car loan or auto loan or a credit card loan or something like that. So if they approve you for something, just take it. Whatever they approve you for, take it. And utilize that to build up your credit or just to increase your credit utilization, or just to get a high limit card. So my student who had a $200 card came to DCU and got a $8,000 card right off the bat. All right, so it's really good. All right, now there's other accounts too, and this is supposed to be edited out, so ignore this, but there's other banks too that I want to tell you guys about. One of them is PenFed. I believe one of my students told me today she just signed up. Lori, do you want to come on the mic and tell us how that experience was with PenFed? Minimum credit score is 650 and they pull from TransUnion. So that's what you want to use. And then let me just tell you really quickly with the DCU I just told you guys about, it's 660 minimum credit score for the credit cards, but for the car, it's only 600. Okay?
Hey, Lucas, how was your visit, hon? What'd you do?
So, Lori.
Hi.
If you want, we can give you a second, but did you want to tell us how it was setting up your PenFed?
I didn't get that one. I got the Navy one.
Oh, you're right. You did Navy Federal. Was it Lori that set up, Holly that set up PenFed? I could have sworn I saw a PenFed text today. Am I bugging?
No, I set up PenFed. PenFed last. I did get a credit card.
Okay, so tell me, how did that go with the experience of setting up PenFed? Was it difficult? Was it easy?
No, that one was easy.
So what did you have to do?
Just give my name. I don't even think I had to. Maybe I had to give my social security number. They didn't ask for a whole lot of information. I thought DCU was a lot more difficult, a lot more to do. PenFed was quick.
Okay, cool. So let me show you guys really quickly on PenFed what makes it so cool. I don't know if you guys are seeing the screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what's cool about PenFed is when you go to it, you guys can go now. I put the link in the chat. This is to give you a pre-approval. So you don't even have to technically apply. This is just to see if you would qualify. Remember that for PenFed, you have to be at a 650. If you know if you check your SmartCredit and you're at a 650, you're ready to go, right? So you can apply for any of these cards. No annual fees, right? They're not going to charge you anything per year. So those are the ones you want to go for. The gold one is also not going to charge you. So it all depends on what your goal is. So this 0% APR for 15 months. That's great, right? You can transfer money into it. That's not going to hide your utilization, but it'll just give you more credit limit, which lowers your utilization. What do I mean by that? If you have $5,000 that you're utilizing in your credit and you have a $10,000 credit limit altogether, you're at a 50% utilization because you're using up half of it. Now, if you go from having 10% altogether to having 20%, you went from being at a half utilization to being at 25% utilization. That's if you don't charge anything else and whatever. So adding cards actually brings down your utilization. Does that make sense to everybody? You guys put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. I just need to make sure you guys are following me and this is all like connecting for you guys. All right. So that's that card. And then these cards is if you want cash back, you get a 2% cash back, a 1.5% cash back, and you get $100 if you spend $1,500 in 90 days. Now, I think we all know how to do that. If you need ideas, put a car payment on it if you can. Buy your groceries, your gas, put some things on auto pay, credit card, cell phones. What else can you do to spend this $1,500? I'm pretty sure you guys know how to spend $1,590. What is it?
I said I can think of a lot.
Okay, so you got it. So if you wanna try to see if you pre-qualify for this is something that you want to make the $100, you can do that. If you care more about points, this will give you 15,000 points if you sign up for if you spend $15,000 in the first 3 months, and you get 3 points back for groceries. You get 5 points back when you pay for your gas, right? So if you want to use this just for gas and groceries, boom, you're gonna make your points, right? So it'll take 20 seconds to get a decision, and like I told you, you only have to have a 650. Okay, so if you're there, please pre-qualify, and if you get a card while we're on this call, tell me so that I can get excited for you and we could all get excited for you. All right. What's the next thing? Business credit. So let's talk about that. Business credit is really cool because it's different than personal credit. And if you don't know anything about it, there's actually 3 different types of credit. Like with personal is only FICO and Vantage. With business credit, I put a link in the chat. This is where you can check your personal and your business credit. The link that I sent is for NAV. Now you get an Experian business credit, you get Equifax business credit, and you also have a FICO small business scoring service. So SBSS. And so where's the Duns and Bradley one? Which one's Duns and Bradstreet? Or FICO? Okay. So this one right here. So Duns and Bradstreet has their own credit as well, as you can see here. And it goes, I don't know if you guys can see, but this tells you the maximum. So Duns and Bradstreet goes up to 100. The FICO goes up to 300. And the Experian goes up to 100. So it tells you where you are in your credit. What is it that you need, right, in order to move up to the other ones. So NAV is really cool if you're building credit and you want to know how to get it better, right? So let's get into business credit because I've told you enough about personal credit. Business credit, there's these things called tiers, right? So like if you have no business credit, let's say your personal credit is not even good, then listen, that's okay. You can start your business credit. It's like you're a brand new person. We're going to start our business credit like a brand new thing, okay? And the point of this is that it doesn't really require your personal credit if you go in order. So if you start with the net 30 accounts, which is the first level, then those accounts, they don't really care about your credit. They're just like, oh, you're a new business. Okay, we'll give you money. Things you want to use for things like that is like Quill.com. I'll put some links in the chat in case you need them. Quill.com, Grainger.com. I think I spelled that wrong. Hold on, let me get the spelling right on Grainger. I ended up getting like a battery charger for Grainger for the car, like the ones that you don't have to wait for somebody to jump you. You know how like if your car, I spelled it right. I should give myself more credit. If your car, battery dies and nobody's there to give you a jump, like it's the worst thing in the world. Like I don't know how many times me driving a car not having jumper cables, like it's just not fun, especially in the winter if you live in New England. So I bought like this thing where like you can charge yourself up, right? And that's on Grainger. Like they'll just give you a credit line for like $5,000 or whatever, or $1,000 or whatever they give you. And you literally go through their catalog and you just find stuff to buy. Look for things for your for your house. We got a shopping cart, like the not a shopping cart, but the little things where you can put like your groceries and like wheel it. We got that from one of those websites. Uline is another one. Quill.com, you can get printing paper, you can get ink. Like my ink is really expensive. It's like $400 for my ink on my printer. So I can go through Quill.com and get ink. You can get snacks, you can get coffee, you can get candy, you can get, like, trust me, like anything. Like if you don't have your credit where you want it to be and you want to start building your business credit, like do this for a few months. Buy things, $50, $100, $200, pay it off, let it report, keep going, right? You want to do that for like a little bit, maybe 3 months. After you graduate from that, you want to go to gas cards, because now the gas cards are like, oh, they have business credit with these other companies. And also when you're on the step one, you can actually pay for different companies to add different lines. There's some articles and stuff like that that kind of explain this a little bit further if you guys want. Some people will list a bunch of net 30 accounts that you can go through. Like sometimes they'll charge you $50 to put like a $3,000 limit on your report, a $3,000 limit on your business credit, or you could pay $100 to get like $50,000 limit. Like they're all different. So though you want to do a combination of like the net 30s and like the ones that I'm telling you, the Quill, the Grainger, the Uline, and then other ones that you find out there. Okay, very, very beneficial just to get started. It's kind of like a secured credit card. Think of it like that. And then you want to go to the gas cards. The gas cards you can get Wex.com, you can get Fuelman.com, you can get BP.com. Those are good gas cards to get, and you get them for your business. Okay, you're not getting them for yourself, you're getting them for your business. So remember, you're going to use your business address, your business name, business phone number. You're going to use all those things, and they're going to see that you have these credit lines. So they're going to give you the gas cards. Now think about it. Most businesses that use gas cards are like tractor trailers, right? These big trucks. So those people, they get high limits. So if they ask you things like, how many cars do you have? How many fleets do you have? How many cars are you going to need? How much gas are you pumping? So like if you tell them you're pumping $30,000 a month, they're not surprised. I'm not telling you to say that. Don't say that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they're not going to get shocked if you're spending, $200, $300 a month on gas, right? Like that's normal, or 500 or whatever your gas price is, right? And so if you have a few cars, you want to tell them like, I have 4 cars, I need 4 accounts, right? I know we had our son driving our company car with the gas card. He would go inside and buy chips, buy soda, buy Gatorade, and just like do all kind of things on this card. It was not fun. But yeah, that happened to us. I say cap them. So if you are going to have other people have cards, right, you want to cap them at a certain price so that they don't go crazy like my teenager did, right? Brand new license, 16, gas card, business car, like he was good. All right. So once you establish those 2 lines, then you want to go to the third line, which is retail stores. So this is like a Home Depot or Lowe's, right? If you're doing renovations or anything like that in your house, like there's cleaning supplies at these places too. There's gift cards that you can like buy gift cards and like, there's ways to liquidate them for you to actually get the cash back. Like that's how you can liquidate a credit card. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. So now one of the cool things, if you're in Rhode Island, I don't know how many people are in Rhode Island, but if you're in Rhode Island, we don't have a Sam's Club, but guess what? There's one just an hour away in New Hampshire. That Sam's Club, if you have your net 30s and you have your gas cards, and let's say it's the next month and you want to go to Sam's Club and say, hey, I need a credit card for my business, because you have to go in person. You can't do this over, they won't let you do it online. but you need a credit card for your business, they'll probably start you off at an $8,000 limit. Just right off the bat, 8,000, 10,000. And this does not use your personal credit. Sam's Club has food, it has groceries, it has mattresses, it has jewelry, it has electronics. I mean, there's so many things. And when you have a Sam's Club card, you can order from Walmart or Sam's Club, and you can get things delivered to your house as well. And so it's a really, really good business card to have, and it does not impact your personal credit. If something happens, it does not go on your personal credit. It stays in your business credit. It's separate. Okay, so that could be rung up to the max, and it doesn't have any impact on your personal credit. Okay, so another really good card to get. And then after you've done these 3 baby steps, now you can go to step 4, which is like the actual banks, and you start getting credit lines with the banks, and you start getting credit cards with them, you start getting loans with them, right? They see that you know how to manage these different trade lines. Now they're going to say, okay, here's $50,000, here's $100,000, here's $75,000, right? And every bank is different. There's different rules. We're actually working on a very, very intense list of like all the banks, if they have business credit, if they have personal credit, what's this credit score requirement, what bureau is it pulling from, what's the maximum amount you can get from them, what products do they have available. We're putting a comprehensive list of like all of this so that I can provide that to you guys. So I am working on that. Stay tuned. Well, we're working on it. Mostly Eddie, right, Eddie? He's been working really hard on that. So just to give you guys a quick recap, or also OfficeMax or Staples. If you have an OfficeMax or Staple around you, you go in there and you just say, I need credit for my business. You do not have to give them your social. You do not have to, you're giving them your tax ID number. Okay, you're utilizing your business name. You're not putting yourself as a personal guarantee. You only want it for your business, and you will get $1,000, $2,000. I bought this chair from OfficeMax, right? So I went over there, got my credit, and left right the same exact day. I was like, oh, I can use my credit right away. They were like, yep, you can use it right away, even if I didn't have a card, right? So it's called a corporate account. So these are the things that you want to be able to do. These are the things you can do when you're setting up your business credit. And if you're in Rhode Island, it's only $150 to set up your LLC. You know, it's not going to cost you a lot of money to do these things, right? It's like going out to eat 2 or 3 times, right? Like cook at home and try to set up your business, right? These are the things that are going to put you in position to win. So these are the different companies, just to give you an idea. And now, as far as business credit, there's different types of loans for business credit. So there's something called the no doc loan, where there's no income verification. You can say I make, you know, $500,000 a year, right? You don't want to like make it like too extreme. You want it to be realistic based on what you're doing, right? But you can say that, and they're not going to say, oh, show us, right? They do cap it at a certain price though. So like certain banks, like you have to keep your numbers at a certain place, because they're going to say, oh, show us, right? But if you're like under, you know, 400 or under 250, like they might be like, oh, that's fine, right? So like it all depends where you're at in your industry. But there's no doc loans. There's startup loans. So like if you're a brand new business, you haven't done any tax returns, and you're just starting, there's loans for you for that. They don't care. You just project how much you think you're going to make that year, and that's what they're going to go by. I think I'm going to make $450,000 this year. I'm on goal to make 450. All right, great. You know, the other thing is they have revenue-based loans. So these are for people who have bad credit, right? Potentially, or credit not so good, and they can use their bank statements as leverage to get loans. So they're like, okay, if you're making at least $10,000 a month, and you're showing me 3 bank statements, we're gonna give you a $50,000 loan, or we're gonna give you a $50,000 credit card, right? It's like that. So your credit doesn't matter as much when it comes to business loans. However, you can use it to pivot. You can use it to kind of like accelerate your process. There's also loans that have no personal guarantee, so it does not use your personal credit. So that's the beauty of business credit, right? Now, there's 4 ways to get business credit. So let's get into that. We've already gone to the hour, so let me try to wrap this up. So one of the ways you can do it is if you have personal credit and it's above 650, then you want to go ahead and just go straight to the business credit. You can go straight to the banks and start applying for things. You don't have to do all the other accounts. You can because it helps you, but you don't have to. Okay. Now, if you're in a different position where you're like slow and steady wins the race, I'm just going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, take my time and go through it. I'm not in a rush. I have a 1-year goal to build this credit. Then yes, go through the net 30s, go through the gas cards, right? Like take those steps. If you're a person who's cash heavy and you're credit poor, you want to do things like trade lines. You want to like buy like a $10,000 trade line or $50,000 trade line for somebody to say like, this is how much credit you have with them, right? You want to get secured credit cards. If your business has a lot of money, you can put $20,000 on a credit card. After 3 months, there's banks that after 3 months of that credit card, of having that credit card with them, they turn that $20,000 credit card into an unsecured credit card. So now you got your money back and now you have $20,000 limit, right? So another trick and tip for business credit, also you can get a pledge loan, which I've already explained kind of what that is, but you can do that for your business. And then if you want to go fast, if you want to fast track this bad boy, you get trade lines, you get revenue-based loans, you can get something called Credit Strong, and something called Tomo. So I'm going to put those links in the chat as well. And hopefully those are the actual links. And then I did see that Holly has a question. Just confirm those links. Yeah.
No, I don't have a question. I was just moving my screen around. Sorry.
No, you're good. So let me look for Tomo Credit. Okay. My bad. So ignore the last one. It's tomocredit.com. All right. So let me make sure we got SmartCredit in here in case you guys missed it too. So you and Ricky did not raise your hand. It's playing tricks on me.
No, I did.
You did. Okay, Ricky, what's up?
So what you was just saying about like when you're cash strong, but you don't have really good credit.
Yeah, there's a lot of tricks.
I would like to know more about that, please.
Okay, I got you. I have something special for you guys at the end. Don't you worry.
Okay.
All right. So, oh my God, that is not what I was trying to do. Let's bring it back. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to show you guys something. Boom. All right. So just so you guys can understand, because I'm just saying things like credit strong, and you're like, what is that? Okay. So these are lines of credit that report on your account. So as you can see, $30 a month. They can give you $2,000 to $30,000 of installment credit history. Okay, this is for your personal. So if you need this for your personal, if you need to show that you've been paying, that you have this much credit in installment. Now installment is those are loans, right? So those are like loans that you take out. If you have revolving credit, which is like a credit card, they can give you up to $3,000. It's $99 a year. And then for $28 a month, you can get $1,000 of installment credit. All right. So these are the different options for personal. Now you can also get business. So these are things that will boost up your score as well. But remember, you want to look at your score, see what's going on first to see what's the best course of action, right? So with the business credit, where do they have the things? All right. So for business credit, if you want to show 25-month credit builder accounts. Okay. So they'll show an account for 25 months, I'm guessing is 25 months of history. Okay. So they're going to show something that shows that you've done business with this company for 2 years, 25 months. It could be $5,000 up all the way up to 50, and they charge you every month for this or a one-time fee. So this is another strategy. This is a 50-month history. These are for like bigger companies that like need to make certain moves, right? This might not apply for everybody, but it is something that's out there. Now, the other one is Tomo Credit, and I'll show you that one. They're not giving me prices. So they'll give you up to a $30,000 credit line. They're saying your credit could boost 105 points potentially. Are they telling you the price? An AI advisor, that's funny. Oh, here we go. So $129 a month for a $30,000 credit line, $69 a month for a $10,000 credit line for 6 months, 2 months for $14.99. So they have all those different options available. And this is another one. Now that we're talking about this. This is another website. I'll put it in the chat as well. This you can buy trade lines as well. Remember, I said it depends on where you're at in your credit. So you want to make sure you're looking at that. But you can buy other people's credit. So for example, if you need a $50,000 Navy Federal card, right? Come on, guy. If you need it and it was open in 2008, which means it has, how much time of credit is that? 16 years. That's a lot of history. So this has 16 years. They're charging you $1,000 to report it on your credit for 3 months. And it tells you on the day that it's going to report. So it's going to report on the 19th of the month. So if you need something that you need it to be there by the 19th, right? Something you're working on for the 20th or 30th, it's going to show that you have, this $50,000 of credit with Navy Federal. So it's a good look, right? That's if you have 1,000, right? But there's different prices for different things. You can search it by bank. You can search for it by the credit limit. You can search for it by the date. How they mostly do everything for 3 months. The reporting date, right? So these are things that are available to you too. Now the trade line situation, that goes 2 ways. One way is, yes, you can buy trade lines. Another way is you can sell them. So if you have really good credit, people will pay you, as you can see, for you to help them and put them on your credit. And that doesn't affect your credit in a negative way because they don't have access to, like, you're not going to give them a card. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm going to give you guys some business credit plays. So if you're in a good space and you have a minimum credit score of 700, I want you to apply for this card. Now I thought I put the link in here. Let me look for this US Bank link. I'll put the link in the chat real quick. This is another pre-approval. So if you know you're at 700 on your TransUnion, if you know you're at a 700, that's where they pull from, your TransUnion. Do it, because you can get $750 cash back. And this is called the triple cash card. Now, what's cool about this card is it's 0% interest for 18 months on your business, not on your personal. So if you have a card that's maxed out and you have a 700 credit score and you want to move that out of the way or increase your utilization or whatever, you would put that into this card and it shows on your business, not your personal, right? So if you have a 700, please apply. It's in the link is in the chat. It's an instant pre-approval. And this is a huge win. If you have your business set up correctly, you have a 700 credit score, please apply. All right, so let me give you a bonus, right? I talked about hiding utilization earlier. If you have a car loan, okay, if you have a car loan and it's under your personal and you're unable to get a mortgage or a pre-approved or be able to buy enough of a house, you want to transfer. It's very easy. You can transfer your personal loan into a business loan. So for this, it's Bank of America is the bank to do this. You have to have 2 years in business. They want your car to be at least worth $10,000 and it can't be older than 5 years. So it can't go beyond 2019, right? It has to be 2019 and over. And then it has to have less than 75,000 miles. So that's a good thing. They want you to have a new car is what they're saying, right? So you can actually apply if you have I used to know what the score was. I want to say it's in the 6s, but I cannot remember the exact. But you can always call them and ask too. But you can just apply for this. I think I have the link. Yeah, I put the link here. So the link is in here. I'll try to show you guys real quick. Oh, let's try again. Oh, they don't want to hear it. You know what happened? I clicked on the link to apply, and that's why it's gone. All right, let's try this. Hold on. Small business. Auto loan. So here it is. I'll put this actual link here for you guys instead. There's the link for Bank of America. You would just click apply now, and you would tell them if you're trying to get, if you're buying a brand new car from the dealer, which you can. Okay, you know how they tell you not to buy it. So this is the other thing I posted on Facebook. A lot of people had issues with. They tell you not to buy a car when you like after you've been pre-approved, because you can get like your application denied once you go to buy your house. So one of the things you can do is actually go to Bank of America and set up a brand, like buy a car, but buy it through your business. So you can come in here and buy a brand new car. Or if you have your own car that you want to roll over, you would refinance it. And then they ask you, is it coming from Bank of America? No, it's not, right? Well, how much do you owe, right? How long of a term are you looking for, right? So this is what they're going to ask you, and they'll pre-approve you for that as well. So if that's something you're trying to do, let me just tell you, because I have a business vehicle, you need business insurance. You need commercial insurance. It's not just regular insurance, it's commercial insurance. And that's a little bit more expensive. So if you're trying to this isn't about saving money. This is more about being strategic with your utilization on your personal credit. Okay. And there's also write-offs, right? When you're doing a business loan, there's also write-offs. Holly, I don't know if you have another question.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
It's okay. It could be from last time. It's okay.
Okay.
All right. So anybody in here would use this? I can give you other banks, but would you guys use this? Is this something that's beneficial to you?
I would use that.
Okay.
I would use it also.
Perfect. There's other banks too. But yeah, Bank of America is a good one. There's Ally Bank. There's just a few banks that you can actually do this with. All right. So one of the things I offer is personal and business credit coaching. It's part of what I do with my students when it comes to real estate investing. And what I want to do today is I want to give you guys a breakdown on what that includes. So basically, if we were to do a one-on-one coaching session, what I do is I go ahead and charge $2,000 for that. It's about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Okay. And for that, you get your undivided attention. You get my undivided attention. You get to uncover hidden potential, figure out effective outcomes. You got a financial blueprint and a game plan for your specific credit needs, right? Not just a generic thing, but based on where you're at, a customized approach for you to be successful. I'll give you a step-by-step action plan. So I make sure that you actually take the steps that you need. And I'm going to give you access to my network of credit and funding experts and provide you with valuable partnerships and funding resources. Now I have connections with different people at the banks and stuff like that, so you can leverage your relationships with me. Now what I'm doing, I told you guys I had something special for you today. What I am doing is, instead of paying $1,000, I'm actually doing this for free. I decided that I wanted to try to give you guys more and really, really go out there and try to figure out a way to help people get to their financial goals. So I'm not charging you anything up front, but we would figure out a payment on the back if I give you results. So this is like, we can come in, we can figure everything out. I won't charge you anything. And then if I'm able to give you results, then you will pay me based on that. So I think that that's a great compromise, trying to help as many people as possible. So that's what I'm doing. So in order for you to take advantage of this, it has to be now. You would have to DM me at BlueAsul401 Biz Credit. And then I'm going to send you a link to set up a one-on-one call for us to go ahead and schedule this and really, really give you a customized plan for you that's going to work and get you to your goal for your personal business credit combo. All right. So you want to Again, DM Biz Credit, and my Instagram, I'll put it in the chat, is Blue Azul 401, and you want to DM Biz Credit. Once you do that, then I know that you are going to take advantage of this at no cost. And yeah. All right, so this is the time. Do you guys have any questions? I know I had you guys ask questions in between, but do you have any questions now? Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. You can follow me on Instagram, Blue Azul 401. You can follow me at 10 Figures as well. I'll put that in the chat as well. Instagram.com/10_figures. And also, if you haven't joined my Facebook group, please do. It's a free community, and I try to give out as much information as possible. And remember SmartCredit as well. Sign up for them. And what's the other last thing I wanted you guys to do? I think that's it. Check your credit. Get part of the free. Oh, register. If you haven't registered for this class, go to 10figures.com so that you can get the actual new business compliance, the business setup compliance. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, you guys have a good evening. And before we go, Tia, did you have any questions? I know you said your phone died, you came back. I just want to check in on you, make sure you're good before we head out. Because I have contact with everybody else on here, but I'm not sure if I have a direct contact to you. Ali, do you have a question?
I do.
I'm making sure.
I do.
Go ahead.
Can you, what's the DM blueazul.com? Can you just tell me that again?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thank you.
You're going to DM Instagram. Are you on Instagram, Holly?
No.
Okay, so this isn't going to work for you.
Why? Because okay.
Yeah, because you're not on Instagram. So it just text me, Biz Credit, because we have my number.
Mm-hmm.
That we have to set up a one-on-one, which I already know exactly what you're doing. So it's all good.
Okay.
We'll set it up. I know what you want. I got you.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so what else do we have here? Oh, I was checking in with Tia. I'm guessing that like people are having dinner maybe, so it's all good. I will definitely wrap this up.
I'm sorry. No, I'm driving.
You're good. You're good. I'm
trying to figure out how to turn the mic off as I'm driving. I'm like, no, I'm here. I'm present. I'm listening.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. So what's going on, Kia? How did you find this today, Tia?
I actually got referred by a coworker. Her name is Jazz Maris, and she was like, I follow this woman because I'm like in the process of applying to get my first-time home buyer.
Oh, nice. That's
So
a good
she's
one.
like, you need to follow this woman. You need to see what she's about. She has a lot of good information she's always dropping. So then I had actually registered for your last seminar, but I probably didn't make the cut. And then you sent me the link to this one today while I was at work. So I was like, all right, 5:30. Even though I have my kids, I'm gonna make time to do this.
It's not that you didn't make the cut. It's just that we are starting a new system and a lot of people did not get the link. Like I know Ricky was one of those people. She hit me up and she was like, yo, I was trying to come to the class, but there was nothing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I tried to send it. We had like a good 30 people last time. Like it was crazy. I don't even know how people even found it, but they did. But yeah, so for sure, I did the first-time home buyer as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And I ended up making 6 figures on my house twice.
And that's what she told me.
Oh, she told you that. Oh, so she already knows that. Okay.
She has followed you for a while because this is the information she told me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know who she is.
No, she just thought. I guess she must just follow you and watch what you do. But she's actually a real estate agent herself.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about, Jazz. I don't know her by that name. That's why.
Oh, Jazz. I'm sorry. Jazz.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I got you.
You know
I know
what?
who you're
I
talking about.
said Jazz Maris because some people, when I say Jazz, they don't know her as Jazz.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I figured it out. Well, I appreciate her sending you over. If you would like, are you part of the Facebook group? Were you able to
Yes,
click
I
anything?
am. I joined the Facebook group. Yes.
All right, perfect. So, and were you able to do the SmartCredit?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So if you want, did you get to DM me? That's probably the
No,
last thing.
I didn't.
Okay. So do you know how to get to my Facebook? Did it show you? Did it stay up there for you?
Hold on 1 second.
And Ricky, did you DM me already? Because I know you on it.
Okay. I'm pulling over to do
I'm-
this. Give me 1 second.
Tia, please do not drive safely, please. Take your
I know.
time.
I
Take
was
your
like,
time.
let
There's
me
no rush. There's no stress here.
pull. Okay, so you said go to the Facebook group,
Oh no, Instagram.
Instagram. And it was, say it again, as
Yeah, Blue Azul 401. I'll put it back in there.
please. I'm
Yeah,
not
I got
getting
you.
the chats, maybe because I'm on my phone.
Oh, if you
Oh.
press the 3 dot, there's a whole lot of links in the chat. If you press the 3 dots,
Okay, DM.
you got it. So if you DM Biz Credit, then I could set up a time with you to do a one-on-one and look at your own individual situation.
Okay. It's sent.
All right, perfect. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
No, thank you. Oh, thank you a lot.
You're welcome. Was this helpful for you?
Oh, it was very helpful.
Okay, good. Good. And you don't have any questions right now, right? Before we head out?
No. Yes, wait,
Okay.
give me a second.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Tia. Ricky, do you have a question? I see you tapped in. You have a question for me real quick?
No, nothing now.
You're good. Okay, cool. So we'll set up a time. Just make sure you send me the message. Lori, you're concerned about our in-person meeting. We'll text about that. And Holly will also set
No
up
worries.
the okay. And Holly will also set up the one-on-one
Okay.
that you're trying to set up here for the business credit.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Eddie, I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. All right, you guys have a great night.
I
Good
appreciate
night.
Bye-bye.